Today we have with us a very versatile actress who's donned many hats. She's definitely carved a niche for herself. She's none other than Priyanka Upendra. We'd like to know a little about your movie, Life is Beautiful. If you can just tell us something about your movie.
It's an emotional film. It's been directed by two Malayalam directors, Sabu and Arun. There's a good message. He's an engineering student in this film.
Okay.
Prithvi.
You had any preparations for the role? So how was it acting with Prithvi? He's a very subtle actor.
It was very unique because it was the first time I worked with him.
Okay.
And I think it's a very interesting new kind of chemistry, which is
Based on the director or the script or the actors or the banner, what comes first for you? So you're a foodie.
I'm a foodie. Oh yeah, I'm a big foodie.
What is your favorite food?
I love sweets. In
Okay.
Bangalore, like, the Uppittu and the sweets are like, Mysore Pak is really yum. Bobat is nice.
Yeah.
There's a lot of nice
You
things.
know to make them? How beautiful has your life been?
Touch wood, it's been beautiful.
This is a must question. How do you maintain your fitness and
Aw,
what is the secret? Hello and welcome to NewsFirst Prime. This is Archana Ravi Kumar. Today we have with us a very versatile actress who's donned many hats. Despite being a star wife, she's definitely carved a niche for herself. She's none other than Priyanka Upendra. Ma'am, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
We have lots to know about you actually. So before we actually get into that, we'd like to know a little about your movie, Life is Beautiful. If you can just tell us something about your movie.
Yeah, sure. Well, it's an emotional film, and you can call it kind of like a social message-oriented film as well.
Okay.
Prithvi Ambar is in it
Right.
with me, and it's been directed by two Malayalam directors, Sabu and Arun. For the first time, they're directing a Kannada film.
Okay.
So, it has, how they go very deep into subjects in
Right.
their movies.
Yeah.
So I think, that is how this film is as
It's
well.
more like a performance-oriented movie.
Kind of, yes.
Okay.
Performance-oriented movie, and there's a good message, especially about students, engineering students. He's an engineering student in this film,
Okay.
Prithvi.
Uh-huh.
So, there's a very good message. And also father and son relationship, mentor, a relationship with a mentor,
Right.
someone who can inspire you in life to, sort of change the circumstances in your life, to
Yeah.
inspire you positively.
Right.
So there's a very heartwarming message. And I'm playing, a Christian lady in this.
Okay.
So I'm wearing glasses and I speak a lot in English in this film for
Oh.
the first time. So, my character, this was new for me
Okay.
over my journey of 25 years.
Uh-huh.
This was again something which I haven't done before.
Okay.
So, it was very exciting.
Right. I mean, you've always been choosing very different roles actually. What
Right.
inspired you for this role?
Honestly, the main reason why I did this film was because of Lohit,
Okay.
my director. He directed Mummy, and this was a co-production with him and a few of his friends. And he said, "Ma'am, it's my first production, and I want you to do this character for me in this film." So I was a little hesitant at first because it wasn't a regular mainstream film. But then when I heard the story, and then I had something in mind for the movie. They wanted me to look a little older than I already look. Then I said that no, either I'll wear glasses and I'll do it like near to my age. Maybe I can play a little older, but I don't want to wear a wig and look very different. I think that'll look a little unnatural. So then I wanted it to be a certain way. Then we agreed on a point where I should look a certain way. And it's a very interesting character, actually, very different.
Okay.
And the outfits that she wears, the way she is, it's very interesting. So, Lohit was one of the main reasons. Also, the story was good, unique. And we worked, I think for the first time, I worked on a very a closed set. It was a
Okay.
set. The whole movie was done in a set. Most of it, the rooms and the elevator and whatever, we had created a hallway. And this was after the first lockdown. So,
Okay.
so it was during that time where we had to be very careful on the sets. Everyone was wearing a mask
Okay.
and all those rules were there. So, it was during that time. And so it was very intimate in the sense that we were all together in the set, and we used to all sit and eat, and we used to interact a lot, and
Okay.
so it was like a very different, unique experience.
You had any preparations for the role?
Yeah, this
Okay,
one I
a lot.
did. The directors were very particular. They wanted us to do workshops, so we did a script reading. The first time I met Prithvi was the script reading. So, we did a script reading at Lohit's office,
Okay.
and they had come from Kerala, and so we did that. And then there were certain ways that they wanted the scenes to be. There was a certain, like they gave us a lot of guidelines, Arun and Sabu, the directors, that they wanted the characters to sort of complement each other in our scenes. So, we really worked on that. And each and every scene, they took master shots. So, we had like really long shots. Then the shots were cut, I think, separately. And when they wanted other shots, they did. But the first shot of every scene was a master shot.
Oh.
So, we had to know our lines by heart.
So was it difficult for you?
In the sense, I think I usually learn my lines. So it wasn't difficult for me in that sense. But I think it was a little easier because it was in English.
Okay.
Most of my dialogues were in English
Half your
because she
job
speaks
done.
English in this film. And English I'm fluent in, so it wasn't an issue.
Okay.
But I think it was just endearing because we usually see, like a romantic relationship between two people, or a mother and son kind of relationship, or we see friendship. So I don't think we've really explored, or I haven't explored in a cinema, a mentor and a mentor and a student, or just a different kind of friendship, you can say.
Okay.
So it's a very unique kind of chemistry that me and him have in the film.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how was it acting with Prithvi? He's a very subtle actor. So how did
Yeah.
you find working with him?
Very nice, because that synergy is what makes a movie work. The magic comes from the synergy of everyone that works in the film. So we were, I think it was mainly me and him together. There were a few scenes with others, but most of my scenes were with him. So I think I kind of work on the energy that I get from my co-stars a lot. So, I think we tap into each other's sort of instincts and energies and reactions and actions, right?
Yeah.
So that way, I think it was very unique because it was the first time I worked with him.
Okay.
And I think it's a very interesting new kind of chemistry, which is that transpires on screen.
Right.
So from the beginning, there's a graph. If you watch the film, you'll understand what I mean. So, I think he was a bit, because I was like, he was the first time with me. So, during the Muhurat Puja, he was a bit nervous, and I was like, it's fine. If you have any suggestions. But he was really prepared. Like, he came prepared and he knew what he was doing. So, he had it all by heart. And there were many different ways he approached the scene. And we discussed that, should we do it this way or that way? So he had a lot of suggestions as well.
So good
and he
learning
knew my
experience.
dialogues as well.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. So if I did an improv, he would say, "Ma'am, you didn't say that word." I said, no, I changed it. This is how I'm going to do it now. So he would say, "Oh, okay."
So a good learning experience on the
Yes,
sets
yes.
too. How do you choose your roles, ma'am? Roles actually, is it based on the director or the script or the actors or the banner? What comes first for you?
Honestly, when I hear the story, I have to have a gut feeling that this is gonna, work. Like, in the sense, okay, I can do this. First, I have to like the story. Then, whatever character they've asked me to do, I have to like that character as well. Like, I have to be able to, in my mind, be able to play the character first, see myself in that character. And then if I see myself doing it, then I think, then I usually agree. And then, of course, I look at the basic things like, who's the producers? Are they going to be able to make a quality film? Because that's also important. The director and the team. I work with a lot of new directors. So, I believe that, everyone is new at some point, of course. Even I was new, so they should be given a chance. So because quality is also important, I trust sometimes in my gut instinct that this guy will be able to do a good job. And nowadays, most of them are technically really good because they come prepared and, they come, with that knowledge. And most of the technicians are really good. But the good thing is the new guys are really creative. They have a lot of energy. They want to prove themselves because they're new. So they come with that, that challenge and that thing of the first film, the first film vibe kind of energy. Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
You were talking about being a mentor in the
Yes.
movie. So are you a mentor to your kids at home?
I mean, yeah,
Who's
I'm
more a
now
mentor?
I'm more of a friend, honestly, because, they're in college now.
Yes.
So my kids are, they, like, I've always been more friendly with them. Definitely, I mean, there are times when I have to be strict. But I think Upi is the stricter one. And I am, in terms of some things, but in terms of like other things like food and all those things, like cleanliness in the home, I'm stricter. But otherwise, yeah, they talk about, their friends and everything else that's happening in their life with me more than they talk to me, because they're closer to me in that sense. They're a little like they're a little scared of him, but but he is also like when they go out or they do their adventure trips. Like my son has gone to Kabini with him. Like they went on a son and dad, father and son trip.
Okay.
So they do stuff like that together. But the other smaller, like the relationship things and all those things, they talk to me about more. Their friends and all that.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's been like so far. How beautiful has your life been?
Touch wood, it's been beautiful. I had a lot of beautiful experiences in my life. I've worked with a lot of beautiful people, and I think essentially, if you are beautiful inside, I know it sounds cliched, but if you have a beautiful heart and if you take care of yourself and if you're healthy and beautiful from the inside, it reflects on the outside. So definitely, I feel that. That is important, to be beautiful inside.
Right. No, definitely. Since you mentioned about it, definitely this is a must question. How do you maintain your fitness, and what is the secret for your looks?
My fitness has been. I do try to be consistent with it, because as long as we are here, we want to be healthy and do some good work and make a difference somehow, right? And I want to be healthy for my kids and be there for them. I had them when I was quite young, so that kind of gave me an edge. I had time to get back into shape, and I had them in my early 20s. So now now they're in college and I can still party with them, go out with them, and like go for trips with them. I'm happy about that. But that said, also I have a crazy schedule with work and home, and sometimes there's a lot of things to do. So I'm not hard on myself. I try to give myself love and self-love. Sometimes I take time off. I ensure that I get good sleep. Workouts, they don't happen all the time. Sometimes there are setbacks and whatever the reason may be. But I do try to be consistent. But otherwise, I'm active, like touch wood. Like at home, I do housework, I cook, I have plants, I have pets. And otherwise, if I'm shooting, I'm shooting. But I make sure that I get at least 6-7 hours of sleep. And, I moisturize, I take care of my skin, I wear sunblock. And I eat well. I eat everything. I don't kind of diet in the sense where I don't restrict myself. Like when there's a festival, I will have sweets. But I try to eat healthy. And
So you're a foodie.
I'm a foodie. Oh, yeah, I'm a big foodie.
What is your favorite food?
All kinds.
All kinds?
I love all kinds of food. I love South Indian food as well. I love Bengali food. I love sweets. And I love, international cuisine as well. I love Chinese.
Okay.
All kinds of food. I just love food.
Your favorite Karnataka food? What do you like most here?
I think the breakfast is really good in
Okay.
Bangalore. Like, the Uppittu and the sweets are like Mysore pak is really yum. And then I like Chintamani rasam, what my mother-in-law makes.
Okay.
I've learned how to make that. And then all the rice things are really yummy too. Wobbat is nice.
Yeah.
There's a lot of nice
You
things.
know to make them?
I don't know how to make wobbat, but rasam and chitrana and all that stuff I've
So you
learned.
cook at
yeah.
home
Yeah,
otherwise.
yes.
What is the favorite food your kids and your husband likes?
My daughter likes a little more of like Chinese kind of food. Like she likes rice with vegetables and all that.
Right.
And my son is okay. He likes North Indian as well. He likes paneer and he likes chapatis a little more. My daughter doesn't eat chapati at all.
Okay.
She just likes rice. Like my husband is like that as well. He loves rice and I'm kind of like a mix. It depends on my mood. Like I can do anything as long as it's not too spicy. I'm okay.
So what does Upesa prefer in Bengal? Does he eat Bengal food?
He eats everything.
Everything,
He
yeah.
also loves food.
Yeah.
But I kind of like variety. He'll eat the same thing every day if I give him
Okay.
the same thing. He's not fussy.
Okay.
So that way he's really sweet. So
He
but
likes
he
Bengali
loves
food?
rice items.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He loves like chitrana. He loves rasam. Yeah. And
What
he
is
loves-
his favorite food?
I think he likes simple food more. Like rasam rice.
Okay.
Or, like rice with vegetables. Stuff like that. He likes vegetables a lot. Yeah. And he loves tomatoes. He loves tomato. Anything tomato is good.
Okay. And now coming to your kids, actually,
Yeah.
parenting is quite a challenging task. How do you balance work and kids?
So kids are always my priority, right? So they are. I always say that I'm a part-time actor and a full-time mom. You know how it is
Yes,
with
yes,
kids.
very much.
So we have to be there for them. Sometimes you don't need to be physically there. Emotionally, you have to be there for them, and you just have to be there. Sometimes just the presence of someone there when they're studying or they're doing something for the security of just someone's at home. So yeah, that way even I love spending time with them. And with my job, I get time off also. Like when I'm not shooting, I'm at home. And if, I'm shooting a movie max, maybe it'll be like 30 days, but it won't be at a stretch also sometimes. And sometimes it's at a stretch that I'm done. Then I'm at home for 2-3 months. Maybe I'll have an event here and there. But then I always make sure that I'm there in the mornings. I pack their lunches. And so we have, breakfast together, and then we have dinner together at night. And anyway, they're in college the whole day now. So I try to work around that. I make sure that I'm home on Sundays, with the kids. So, they're always my priority. And now, with technology, we're in touch, right? We can video call, we speak all the time on the phone and, so that way. But I do think now sometimes they need a little space to be independent also,
Right.
to learn things, to grow. So you have to give children that space also. So I'm really hands-on and close to them. But my kids love the fact that I work, especially my son, so they've been extremely supportive. They're like, Mama, when is your next film coming? What are you doing next? So they're never the kinds that say, Mama, we want you at home, or, like, why are you not there? Or why are you working? Papa works also. It's never been like that. So they're both very, they're very supportive of that.
So you sit at home and talk to them about the scripts which come to
Yeah.
you
We
discuss
always
all this.
discuss. When they were younger, I think they couldn't understand the difference between real and real, in the sense they would think whatever is happening on TV is really happening. So, they had that fear a little bit. Because, if someone, slapped us, or if there was blood, or if there was, a violent moment, or if you were crying on screen, they would cry and they would get scared. Not only my films, even Upi's films. So, they saw Rakta Kanniru, I remember, and they were like devastated. My daughter was like devastated. She was like, no, I can't watch this. What happened to Papa's face? And even during Mummy, they were really scared. But I think now they're older and they understand and they're mature. So now they look at it in a different way. And they're both studying filmmaking, incidentally.
Okay.
So, they're filmmaking students. So they take a keen interest on that, all the aspects of filmmaking now, actually.
So they also plan to do movies later on?
I mean, I don't know. They're studying movies now. They're studying cinematography, acting, direction, scripting. They're doing everything. They're touching on all the aspects in the course that they're doing. But later on, I don't know what they're going to take up. Honestly, it's
Both
still
of them
early
are
to
keen.
say. But my daughter loves writing. Even my son loves writing.
Okay.
They both have their distinct styles of shooting. Like they have been shooting short films for their exams now. So, they have both very different styles of filmmaking right now from what I see. So, we'll see in the future what happens,
No, your son actually, he's on social media. And,
Yeah.
people already predict him as the next superstar. So when they say something like that, how do you feel about it?
Definitely, I feel good if they say something nice because, he's my son. And but for me, the most important thing is that they're good kids, they're good human beings, and, they're well-mannered, that whatever they do with all their heart, and they don't hurt anyone, they don't hurt anyone's feelings. And for us, that's always been very important, to bring them up right with the right values. So I think everything else follows. Whatever work they do, if they work hard, I know both of them have a good work ethic. So I'm sure that, if they work hard, they'll do well. And we're always there to support, their decisions. But that was the most important thing for me, that they behave well with everyone, that and they feel for others, the compassion, that was important. Yeah.
Ayush has got like proper Bollywood and Hollywood kind of looks.
Really?
So where do you plan to debut him, in Kannada industry or the Bollywood?
No plans as yet. I mean, as of now, he's still in second year and he's studying.
Okay.
So let him graduate. But like I told you, they're both studying filmmaking, and so maybe they'll either direct or do something around films only. But Aishwarya loves to write, and she wants to study media and journalism as well. So we'll see how it goes. There's still a couple of years until they sort of get hardcore into work. Yeah.
What was their first reaction when they first saw you or Rupi sir on screen as kids?
Like I was saying, they used to get scared because they
very
would take it as real life. So they would think that whatever is happening on screen is really happening to mom or dad, and they would be really scared, or they would be overly emotional if there was a fight scene, or if there was a love scene, they would think that was real too. So that confusion was there until they were about 7 and 8. So we used to kind of avoid showing them stuff. And as they grew older, I think they kind of understood the concept, but still they would get affected emotionally. But now, since they are studying filmmaking, and of course now they're all older, so now now they look at it in a different way. They look at it like work, like, Mama, you did a good job in this, like as a performance, or how the film was made. So all those other aspects they look into now. So but they both of them are movie buffs, and they love music. So they love all kinds of art, so they're
Inherited from the parents.
yeah.
So if like, how does Upi sir actually sits with you for the scripts and all, or are you
My
independent that
scripts
way?
are not really. I mean, because we are both doing, independent films. Like I do my own, but yeah, we do discuss. Like if there is something unique that I've come across, or there was an interesting scene, or before, you know, before signing up a project, if I'm really gonna do it, I'll tell him that I like this film. I'm gonna do it. So stuff like that. But I mean, I take my own decisions about my films. Like yeah.
How is it being a star wife? Is it like advantages or disadvantages are more? What is more?
I think kind of things have changed. It's not like how it was back in the day where, you're kind of like a mystery and no one saw you and you were at home or some, like because of social media and, the camera on the phone. And I think everybody's kind of doing their own thing. And cinemas become more like work. The approach is like that because, we come for promotions and we're interacting with a lot of people now. And so does he. So I think, people know who he is now as well, So being a star itself is kind of different now. I mean, he's an actor, that's his profession. Yeah, definitely, it comes with, his fans and, on his birthday, of course, there are a lot of fans and we don't get that much privacy in many places because people recognize us. And, there was initially this thing about what kind of movies am I going to do? With which heroes am I going to work? And how is the family going to accept me in work? How are his fans going to feel about me working with others? And what work am I going to do and how it's going to affect our relationship or the, the workspace? I think, at this point now, I think a lot of women who are married are working. A lot of women who are married to big stars are also working and they found their own sort of place and their niche market or whatever and what they like to do. So I think it's nice. Also, I think it's easy to, for someone to kind of feel like you're in someone's shadow when someone's such a huge star. And, a lot of people say, hey, you're Upi's wife, right? But I like that actually. I like it when they say that. I like it if they say, hey, you're Ayush's mom, right? Or if they say, if they say you're someone's daughter or something, I don't mind that because I know who I am. And I also like that people watch my films apart from the fact that I'm Upi's wife, because I know that the films that I'm doing right now, I mean, I work really hard on the films that I'm doing. I've been doing outside films. So I like the fact that they're casting me, not only because I'm Upi's wife, but because, there's something in me that they think, because you can't just get work because you're someone's wife, right? You have to have,
That's
you have to work hard as well. So yeah, probably, so that doesn't matter to me. But but there are, moments where, we can't go everywhere. Like we can't go for a random shopping thing in the mall and some, stuff like
Right.
that. Yeah. Yeah.
And since you've been working since the time you got married, did you discuss this during your wedding that you'll work and something like
No,
that?
honestly, I didn't because it was all organic. I mean, I never thought that I was going to stop working. I never knew if I never knew if I would get films after I got married, like how it would be. I had the kids and, I was at home for a while and then I started getting offers. I definitely knew that I wanted to do some kind of work because I had been working from when I was 16 and I like the independence, the financial independence. And I think it's very important to send that message to my daughter and my son as well. But I didn't know exactly when I would start and what kind of work I would do. But since I started getting offers again in films and since I started getting good roles, I continued. We did a home production as well, UP2. I've designed his costumes as well. I've, I mean, we started the foundation, so I've been working through the foundation as well. So there have been many things that I've been doing, but acting is something which I'm really passionate about. And of late, I've been getting a lot of good message-oriented films, which I feel if you can inspire people in a positive way through your roles, because cinema is a very powerful medium, right? You can influence people through cinema in many ways, like throughout their lives. If something can really make a difference. So I thought that, when you have this platform, you can use it for multiple, benefits.
Yeah. And sometime back, there were some pictures about all the star wives of Kannada industry being together, and there's some pictures in the media.
Okay.
So all of you meet regularly?
I mean, like, I'm really close to Shilpa, like Shilpa Ganesh, and then there's Pallavi Gurukiran. And, I mean, they're all not star wise, but I know many of them as, like they're all my close friends. And so, yeah, I mean, we're all friends because more than star wise, I think we go to the same events, we meet. It's a very small industry. So, we're always, we meet and some of us get along really well. And, we have similar kind of things to share. So being actor wives and actors and whatever. So, it's nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Who's your 3 a.m. friend in the industry?
Pallavi Gurukiran is there. Shilpa Ganesh is there. There's Indu
Okay.
Samarth. She's a very good friend of mine as well. She is. So, we are actually neighbors.
Oh,
So I have touchwood. I have a lot of really, really good friends. Sujata is there. Sujata Akshay. She's also a very close friend. So I have a lot of friends in the industry who are like close.
Priyanka has any hobbies? You like traveling or
Yeah,
something?
I have a lot of hobbies. In fact, I love cooking. I love plants, pets. I have like 2 Persian cats and I have a lab at home. I have a Saint Bernard in the other house. And we have a farmhouse, so we grow vegetables there. Interior decoration, um, music, movies. I love theater as well. So there's a lot. I mean, I'm Bengali, so there's nothing left. I think I like all kinds
Beauty
of.
with a lot of brains.
Yeah, and also whenever I'm free, I like to take off. Like I went did an inner engineering course, and so just like
Oh,
a little
yeah?
bit of self discovery and stuff. Yeah, yeah.
Very nice. So you have the passion of studying and all still.
I
That's
do.
very
Yeah, I
nice.
love reading. I'm not reading as much now, but I love that too. So you need a little bit of me time as well to read. So of late it's been a little busy, but I love cooking. That's one of my major things. So whenever I'm free, I find it very therapeutic. So I bake and I cook.
Very
Yeah.
So what are your future projects after Life is
So
Beautiful?
Life is Beautiful is releasing on the 13th of December. So very excited about that because I think this genre of film releasing in December, December is a very festive kind of time and it's
Yeah.
nice and cold and you like, that warm, fuzzy feeling. So this is a movie like that. It will make you feel good. And Ugravatar is still on 25 days, my action film. That's still, in the theaters. So I'm happy about that. And there's another film called Detective Tikshna, which is my 50th film. So I
Okay.
play a female detective in that. So on the lines of Nancy Drew. I think it's the first of its kind in Kannada. I don't think there have been any female
Right.
detective films,
Yes, yes.
if I'm
No, I
not
don't think
mistaken.
we've
Yeah.
had.
So I think it's nice to play, like powerful, strong women who are also vulnerable but strong.
Right.
So not taking away the essence of a woman from her, but yet playing a strong character. So that's there. Then there are 2 horror films. One is Capture and one is The Virus. So those 2 are there. And then there is Bhakti Pradhana, we say in Kannada, no? Like Vishwarupani Huligamma. I'm playing the goddess
Oh, is it?
character
Okay.
in that.
Uh-huh.
And there's one more film called Karta Karma Kriya, which and again I'm a cop. So
Everything is so different from
Everything
each
is
other.
different, yeah.
How do you really manage with all that?
Well, I think that's the fun part about being an actor. You can try. And I'm a really creative person and I love, looking different with makeup and I love changing my hairstyle. And that's how I've been since I was young. I never wanted to be an actor, but that aspect of me was always there, which has really helped in this profession because, I can look different. And I really do look different when I dress up differently. So I feel that adds to, my work a lot. And my travels have really helped me. When I was younger, I was in the US and Singapore. So that's really helped me because I've interacted with a lot of people in a young age. So these are the few things that have helped play different roles. So I think that, and I love languages. So, it's very interesting for me to, speak in Kannada or, play a character which is, like
No,
a
people
Christian
have
lady.
forgotten that you're a Bengali. People have totally accepted you as a Kannadiga.
No,
I mean,
Yeah,
definitely.
but I do speak to my mom a lot. So yeah.
What do your kids speak at home? Do they speak Bengali
they
or
speak
Kannada?
Kannada, they speak Bengali,
Okay.
they speak English, they speak Hindi as well. So yeah, they speak all those languages.
Was it difficult for you initially to adjust to this culture?
I wouldn't say difficult, but it took time. I think everything takes time because, it has to happen slowly. Then only it's deeply rooted because, it's something that I had to understand, spend time with them. But I think I was lucky that I came into a family which was a joint family. Even though Upi was busy, Amma was there, Appa was there, my bhabi, bhaiya, sister-in-law. So they were all there, her kids. So, the 10 of us were together for the first 5 years. So, I mean, we're all together now, but they were living with us also. So, someone or the other helped me with something or the other. Like, Amma used to teach me Kannada. Veena helped with the cooking. And, like, my father-in-law is really sweet also. He used to tell stories about Kundapur and Upi's, So, I got this whole kind of idea of how his childhood was. I met all the relatives and the food part and everything was, they all, like, within a few months, they I kind of met everyone, and because they were there, it was easy for me to sort of grow into the family, because Upi was like traveling a lot and busy. So in retrospect, if I think that it was a nuclear family at that point, I don't think I would have been able to pick up Kannada so fast. And because I spent so much time with them, with the relatives, I went to Kundapur, I traveled with Amma, so I think because of that, it was easier for me.
Okay. And nowadays, like these small budget movies are not actually really, people are not coming forward to watch.
Yes,
and all
yes.
that. It's only the big budget and big
Yes,
stars.
yes.
What is your take on that?
A couple of things, I think, because for an industry, see, the movies are business, but it's also art, right? And it has to be a reflection of what is happening in society today. So we have to represent women, we have to represent children, we can't just show larger than life things always. There's a realistic aspect to films, because, like, for example, what I would like to watch or what you would like to watch, that should also come on the theaters, right? So everyone's taste, something which is, for children, because, there's a lot of content out there which is not for children, but they don't have a choice. They're watching adult content sometimes, which is essentially
Right.
for the themes. So I think it's important to have that eclectic mix of good movies, and it can only happen if the audiences support movies in theaters, because the footfalls have been low. They are, it's better now, but there's so many reasons, because there's so many multiple platforms now, and it's quite an expensive outing to go and watch a film with a family, and there's so many options. You can watch so many other you can watch on your phone, or you can watch on OTT. So but I also think that the movie experience is unparalleled. Like watching a film in a theater, it really takes you away. It transforms you and takes you away. So I don't want that experience to go away. So I do think, yeah, audiences need to come and watch films in theaters and support all kinds of films, and then only, the movie industry will survive, and there'll be creativity. There'll be all kinds of films.
We've actually heard a lot about your costume collection.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of sari collection, something like that. You might have heard of. Is that true?
I reuse my clothes a lot.
Okay.
But I mean, I won't want to say it like I'm very materialistic and I like clothes. It's not that. But clothes are like an emotion for me. Like I have stuff from my mom. I have stuff that my sister has given me. I collect things. And so it's a very emotional experience for me. So it's not just that for looking good. It also reflects on how I'm feeling, that day. And even my jewelry, my clothes, it's like an expression of who I am and what I feel and what I represent. So I give it importance. Usually I do, especially on special occasions. But that said, there are days where I'm in my pajamas, and where I don't mind repeating stuff, and I'm not that kind of person who has to only be in designer clothes. But whatever someone gives me with love, and I wear my friends' things, what they gift me. If my mom gets something or my mom made something for me, I keep that very close. I feel like that energy is a part of me. So I'm a bit sentimental when it comes to clothes. And
Are you still working in Bengali movies?
I am. I had a release, but not as much. I had a release last year called Master Angshuman, Satyajit Ray sir's. It was a screenplay.
Okay.
So, yeah, but not as much as before. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for
Thank
being on the
you.
show. We definitely wish you a very good
Thank
luck
you
for
so
your movie
much. Thank you.
upcoming.
Please do watch the film.
Definitely.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so
Thank
much for
you.
being on the show.